So Keenen, Deax, perfect response from last week. What do you thought about today's game?
I just thought we questioned the lads obviously after Saturday's performance. We weren't good enough, and we said like this week you need to work hard in training. Shirts are up for grabs, and listen, we're not going to let, and we won't accept lads not working hard, and that's a minimum. So this week's been a tough week for them because we want to finish as high as we can, and I thought it was a very good, light, professional performance today.
Obviously, the one notable thing I would say during the first half was the fact perhaps we didn't faff around at the back, what some fans might say. Was that something that you looked at the pitch today and say we're not going to do?
Yeah, I think you've got to play the conditions, and we knew today the pitch is going to be long. We had reports on it, it was bobbly, and listen, sometimes we don't always say to the lads, listen, you've got to go and play out from the back and stuff. It's up to them to manage the game as well, and at times, yes, it's good, at times it's not. So we knew today coming here it'd be a difficult place, and we was going to go and play in the right areas, which I thought we'd done really, really well first half.
Obviously, it was quite a physical game, and perhaps some frustrations could have perhaps come out. Do you think our lads did well not to allow that to come out?
Yeah, I thought, listen, they're fighting for their lives, and you can see that, and that's why we said, listen, let's get the ball forward as quick as possible. But yeah, I thought we dealt with that quite well, and it's tough when you're playing against four midfielders in there as a diamond. The two in there have to work really hard, and your wide men coming in to help, and obviously Benno. So I thought we dealt with it really well, and towards the end, we created some really good opportunities as well.
Obviously, you made some changes. Was that one eye on the Tamworth game, or was it just a response from Saturday?
I think a response from Saturday. Listen, you've got to manage the group correctly for both games, but we know it's a results based. We come here trying to put the strongest team out so we can go and get 3 points. We've said, and we've had a chat with the lads. We've set a points target for the last 3 games. We want to finish as strongly as possible. So we've put out a team today that we felt was best to go and get 3 points, and I think they've executed the game plan superbly.
It was obviously a very physical battle, but obviously they're number 9.
Yeah.
Was that something that you were aware of before coming into this game?
Yeah, obviously we had reports on him from Coville and Bromsgrove, and he's a handful. And I thought, especially first half, they kept on trying to play an Iceman, but I thought Iceman at the end dominated him in the air, to be fair. And I think if you take that away from him, they're 9, it helps you be more effective in the game, and I thought we dealt with that really well.
Could we have had a penalty late in the second half?
100% a penalty. And I just said that to the ref. Like, if you saw it from our angle, maybe their angle ain't right. It's a blatant pen. So
obviously you've got to bring up from last week, Keenen. Obviously, so why didn't you decide to do the post-match interview?
Yeah, we spoke to the players after. I said, listen, you've got to take responsibility, and they said, listen, we'll take responsibility for that, because one thing we demand, if technically we're not good enough, that your work rate, you never get run over. And last week we looked at that, and that's not our team. We've never once ever been run over this season, probably bar Royston, and I think even then we worked hard. So the lads, listen, they took the responsibility, and rightly so. And again, we've questioned and challenged them this week, and like we say about this group, they do bounce back really quick. But it's like we just said in there, it's 3 points. Yeah, it's gone now. We've got to go to Tamworth, and that's a mentality we've got to have. So yeah, that was the reason why.
Tamworth at home, the last home game of the season. What are you expecting for them?
We expect a challenge. I think we found out the first game. I don't know how they've got on today, but I think they've been unbeaten since their new gaffers has taken over there, and they're a good team. Listen, they've got a lot of quality in that side, and they're a threat. We know the threats. We scored 3 goals away from home and still haven't won a game the last time we played them. So we've just said to the lads, look, we look after ourselves properly on the coach on the way back. No one goes out tonight. The rest up, we cover, have a stretch tomorrow, and then we go Monday. We're going to be a very, very tough game, but hoping for as many fans out there as possible to close it as the last home game of the season.
And how much is it tactical going into that game? How much is it emotion you're playing?
Listen, you can't get involved too much emotionally in football, because once you start doing that, sometimes you stop thinking and making the right decisions. But sometimes it does help as well, because it can drive you on. But we'll go out there and like I said, we'll give a great account of ourselves, I'm sure.